Hi, what up, family? If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV / BrainFLoTv. This video right here, we're about to talk about Big Meech, but we can't talk about Big Meech without talking about Big Meech's son, rapper Demetrius Flournoy Jr., right? And we're going to talk about his notorious father as well. The streets are buzzing heavy because for the last 2 days, all you see everywhere is Big Meech, the BMF father, Godfather, leader, king, is back on these streets. Well, not officially back on these streets. He has been released from the federal facility that he has served his time in, and quite a lengthy prison sentence at that. And he is said to be somewhere out there. But we're going to get into all the details right here. So it goes like this. The infamous Black Mafia family co-founder Demetrius Big Meech Flournoy Sr. has been released from federal prison, is what the report says. And he will be now serving the rest of his sentence at a halfway house. Halfway house is where you get ready to come back into society. You're not necessarily in prison. You're halfway free, but they got to climatize you because you've been away for so long. Now, his story is one that we all know well, thanks to the very popular BMF series, which is starred Big Meech's son, Demetrius Lil Meech Flournoy Jr., as the notorious felon. Now, check it. A lot of people didn't know that that was Big Meech's son for real, but it is. Now, the crime drama documented Big Meech's journey from a poverty-stricken teen to a drug mogul who ran one of the biggest cocaine trafficking and money laundering schemes on the globe, making hundreds of millions of dollars. Probably, they probably hit the billy. Big Meech founded Big Mafia family, aka BMF. It ain't Big Mafia family, it's Black Mafia family. He founded Black Mafia family in 1985 as a creative agency and hip-hop label with his brother Terry Lee, also known as Southwest T. But in the early 2000s, federal agents came swooping in, and they determined that the company was just a front for a nationwide cocaine trafficking and money laundering scheme in which the brothers raked in hundreds of millions of dollars. Then came the prison sentence. Big Meech's empire came crashing down when he was arrested in 2005 after the Drug Enforcement Agency took down their drug trafficking operation following a year-long investigation. They investigated longer than that. They were on to them for quite some time, just gathering information, trying to build a case against them. And, you know, it was a cat and mouse game. According to the BMF series, it was their job to be police and do their investigation. And it was our job to find a way to evade them and get to this money. So it was a cat and mouse game. And you understood that prison time and sometimes even death, danger, comes with this life. Well, in 2008, Big Meech was sentenced to 30 years behind bars. His son, Demetrius Jr., who he shares with beautician Latara Utse, was only 5 years old at the time. So yes, y'all, the guy who you know as Big Meech from the BMF series, he is not that young. Because, you know, he is up in his 30s, but he looks super young. Anyways, he remained immensely loyal to his father. And when he grew up, Big Meech counted on him to make sure that his history was told correctly to the world. Now, despite having no prior acting skills, Demetrius Jr. was highly regarded when the show premiered in 2021. And he would now become the massive star thanks to his impressive portrayal of his drug lord dad. Now, not only that, thanks to 50 Cent, because 50 already told us, like, he was raw talent and he fit the part. I mean, who better to play the role? However, he needed some acting touch-up skills in order to hit the big screen in the proper way. So 50 made sure they didn't pass him up and say, let's go for a more seasoned actor. They took him and they worked with him, polished, to make sure that he fit that part. Now, Demetrius Jr., his first passion was music, and he released a debut song called Bad Habits in 2019. But he then switched his focus to acting after a life-changing call from his dad in prison and a push by none other than 50 Cent. Demetrius Jr. previously explained to the New York Post that his father told him during a phone call that the hip-hop artist was planning to turn his story into a show, 50 Cent, and he asked him to get involved in it so that he could give him updates on how it was going. Demetrius Jr. then reached out to 50 Cent, and they formed a bond, they formed a relationship, and the rest is history, the riveting BMF series that we see today. Now, and as the musician struggled to find someone to star as Big Meech in the show, he suddenly had a realization. He said Demetrius Jr. was the perfect person. Soon, Demetrius Jr., who was in the midst of studying business at the University of Nevada in Las Vegas, he left school and he moved to LA and he started taking acting classes. So it didn't just come as him just got up and just, oh, this is how I am in real life. Now, at first, it sounded crazy, he said. I had never acted before. I was actually in school for business at UNLV in Las Vegas. Now, I want to act for the rest of my life, and I feel like I found my calling. So 50 Cent basically brought acting to me. He's the reason that I'm acting. He helped me to get the role, but I had to earn it. And the show, the network, that I was the right person. He said he took acting classes 5 days a week for 2 years before shooting kicked off. And once it began, his dad was heavily involved in the process. So that means Big Meech had his story told from his perspective, with 50 Cent producing it. That's what that means. Demetrius Jr. told the Post that they spoke every day on the phone so his dad could give him insights into playing him. He gave me insight and he told me where his mindset was at the time. I didn't know a lot about his childhood and how he grew up. I didn't understand how poor he was and the decisions that he had to make. You know, he thought he had to be like a man at 15 and 16 years old. So that's how it went. And he put me on. And that helped to develop my character that you see on the screen in the series BMF. So he had already helped me to understand the obstacles that he was facing at the time. Now, the series BMF premiered in 2021 on Starz and also starred Da Vinci, Russell Hornsby, and other people. Lala Anthony was in there as well. And it's now a massive success. And it was recently renewed for a 4th season. Now, in addition, Demetrius Jr. also starred in HBO's Euphoria for 1 episode and had a brief appearance in the series Good Times. As for his love life, he was linked to R&B singer Summer Walker in early 2023, but after months of being on and off, they split for good in July. That's when that funny video came out of him going into somebody's apartment saying he was bringing groceries in for a friend, right? And that. Now, amid the news that Big Meech has been released, stars like Rick Ross, Sexy Red, a bunch of other people other than them took to social media to celebrate. Even LeBron James left a tweet that said, Instagram post that said, "Welcome home, Big Meech." Rick Ross shared a video on his Instagram story saying, "The streets back." Meech, welcome back. Salute. And of course, Sexy Red over there saying, where the welcome party at? I'm trying to perform for the free ski. Well, that is that. Is Big Meech back? Yes. He is out of the federal facility. He is at a halfway house. His story is being told through the eyes of this series called BMF, and his actual son is acting his role in it, playing his actual dad. That's amazing within itself. Now, a lot of people already know Big Meech had a whole lot of money before he left. A whole lot of money invested here, there, and everywhere. He was a super wise dude. He was a good leader because he did not believe in him having more than everybody else around him. He believed in sharing the wealth with his crew, so everybody ate and everybody was good. And he was a solid dude in the streets. He's known to be a solid dude in prison as well, so he'll fare well when he gets out. I think he's coming out to $1 million checks. And I say checks because a lot of people have used this image and likeness and told his story through their eyes as if it was theirs. And I'm pretty sure they're going to have to pay up or meet and speak about it one way or another. Now, that's not to say he's coming out to do anything illegal. It's just saying a man has got to get his just due. And I hope he gets everything that is supposed to be his. Welcome back, Big Meech. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. I'll catch you on the next video. It's Hot Topics TV /BrainFLoTv. You already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.